Hi, welcome to my Helene Salon Gallery. This is our first video in a series of videos that we're going to do to teach you how to do your hair at home for special occasions or just to show you some tips and tricks for everyday events and things like that. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to show you a couple curl techniques, a couple really quick updos. I have my model Devin. Say hi, Devin. And what we're going to do is she does have long hair, but I'm going to also talk a little bit about how to do your hair when it's short and some little things you can do. Basically, some of the tools we're going to use today are Kevin Murphy products, J. Beverly Hills products. When you're doing a kit for doing a long hair dressing or any kind of fancy hair or fancy hair or nighttime hair, basically what you're looking for is you want to have a paddle brush. That's the big flat square brush. You want to have a cushion brush, usually with a mix of boar bristle and plastic bristles. Typically they work better. I use the Aquage brush because it has a really good mix. Can you see it really well? Reason is you pull it from the root and you pull from the tangles that are kind of sitting in the middle. So that works really well. We're also going to work with a longer cutting comb as well as a couple teasing combs with a rat tail as well as some clips. We'll keep some scissors around just to cut off little excess pieces. Some other tools that you can work with, and I'm going to kind of show you in some of the other videos, is we'll be sewing the hair with a needle and thread. We'll also be using, what was I thinking about? Like hair pieces, things like that. So kind of play, create a box for yourself. Get some things going. Now I go to the local hair store and I'll buy anything from little buns. This particular one I made, so it's pretty fancy, I like it. But you can buy hair to add in. Curly hair is really easy. If you've got short hair, you can put it up in a ponytail, put the curly in, pin it where you want it, and go. Just make sure you get the right color. So we're going to basically get started with Devin. What we're going to do is, and actually if you can kind of zoom in a little bit, Devin's hair, as you can see, is pretty long. She's got beautiful hair. We're going to start by showing you a couple of different, this is where our clips come in here, techniques. I'm going to actually part her hair, and anytime you start an updo, what you want to think about is, how do you want it to look on the top? You want to create a balance. So you want to look at the person's face, decide, do I want balance, do I want volume, or you always want balance. Do I want volume, do I want curls at the bottom, curls on the top, in the middle of the hair? So kind of decide where you want to go with it. Typically the easiest thing to do at home is to start in the back. Take a section from the back, from right around the top of the crown to behind the ear, and section it out of the way. Use your clips. It's always a good idea to have some clips handy. You'll also want, sanitizing skirt. You didn't say that. So we're going to clip it out here, but you also want to make sure that you have bobby pins, hair pins. I'm going to show you a couple different variations here. We have, so a bobby pin looks like this. A hairpin looks like this. Can you see it? Bobby pin, hairpin. Okay. Also pin curl clips, which look like this. Okay. These are great for holding curls in place. Once you curl them, if you need to hold it in place so that maybe it doesn't fall if you've got real heavy hair or something like that. So we've got those two. So basically we're going to start in the back. We're going to do something very, very simple for you today. Something that's real easy to do at home. You've got a holiday party, your husband comes home and says, oh my God, we've got to get ready, the boss is coming to dinner, or whatever is happening. You're going to start with a little bit of hairspray. We're going to work with session spray. We're going to keep it real simple for you. We're literally going to work with Kevin Murphy session spray. Can you see it? We're going to spray it right over top of the hair. So if you're doing yourself, just right over top of the hair. About 16 inches away works great. We're going to take our Aquage paddle brush here, and we're going to smooth it down. Okay? So you're going to create a base. This is just a really, really simple chignon. Okay? You're going to get this part out of the way first, and you're going to clip it. Then we're going to go into, because we want to go ahead and start smoothing this out, make it as smooth as possible. The more you brush it, the better. We're going to start at the top here. Now, depending on how much volume you want to create here, it really depends on what you're doing. You can, do a ton of it. You can do a little bit of it. We're going to go kind of right in between, and I'm going to show you kind of from the angle here. Can you see it good? think of it as a triangle, okay? Kind of from the right where the head rounds out, and then you're going to go slightly forward a little bit, so it's just a slight angle towards the front. Now, you know, you're not a hairdresser, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're actually going to blend that, so the less perfect it is, the better. But use your clips. Take another clip, pin it out of the way. Take your clip, pin it out of the way. We're going to start by pulling this back over top of our little ponytail we created, and we're going to start back combing it. We're going to do a really loose tease just with our paddle brush, and you'll see just going in here, if you need a little hairspray for some extra hold, go in with some hairspray, tease it. You can use a comb for this as well if you want to, but you're basically just getting a little bit of padding in there. Can you see that? So, and remember, these techniques that we're using here, you can use in any kind of updo. You could even use this like on the crown of the head. If you don't want any teasing in the top, just put it in the crown of the head to get a little bit of bump in the back. I know everybody loves that bump. You're going to smooth that out over top. I'm being very gentle here. I don't want a ton of volume. Now, if you're somebody that wants that big bump on top, get your comb out like this, and then you can get it really, really tight at the root. And in one of my other videos, we'll actually show you how to do that. So just smoothing it out, as you can see, right over top. Once you get it pretty smooth, now you're just creating, and I'm going to turn it just a little bit so I can see, something that looks pretty smooth on top. Remember, we're not trying to create hair that looks like you have been, you know, in the 50s or something and it's perfect. We're just trying to create a little bit of volume through there. So you can see that we just created a little bit of softness through there. That's it. Combed it out over top. It gives her a little bit of base. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get to the back, right where we